Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be on a Sunday night. Of course, if you enjoy your Skip Barber racing, this is where you'll be. Everyone else still watching the tail end of the big boys in the 24-hour at Spa. But we have got a good field assembled here tonight, and joining me once again is my partner in crime, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, big night of racing ahead, no doubt.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Just because we might be down on our usual numbers, only 4 splits tonight, doesn't mean that we're going to lose any of the quality, and we're going to have some new faces that we've never seen before in a top split situation. It'll be interesting to see how they get on. See one new name in there that's very similar to mine, the 14 car of Corey Lean, coming in at a 2.2 KI rating. Be interesting to see how my fellow Corey will be doing in this race, Alex.
Yeah, there'll be a few people out here. Familiar faces at the top of the order. We see Benny Simonson, of course, back for another crack. I think Benny's doing pretty well in the overall standings. He was P2 after last week, and he'd done something like 80-something races, which is incredible. Seeing how the point scoring system works in the official series. So Benny doing a great job. We also got Lee Anderson back. And if memory serves, there he is in the Puce-powered machine. And he's car plate number 2. Car plate number 3, welcome back UK and I's Anthony Catt. Great to see Catt back in the field here tonight, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And as the four-plated car, it's been a while since we've seen him up there in the plate numbers. Is Mr. Enzo Genzo himself, Enzo Cantor. He'll be looking for a good result tonight. Can't see him on the timing board just yet, so I think he might have fluffed his first lap. But so far, Benny Simpson in that one-plated car holding on to the top spot.
Yeah, that's what we've seen all season is Mr. Simonson running around at the front on the grid positions at least, and he's been dominating quality here by good margins too. Tom Bridle joining us once again for Delta V Sim Racing. Great to see Tom back, the UK and I driver. Stuart Vaughan, there's a face we saw a couple of seasons back, the ANZ driver. Car number 6 here tonight as he heads up around turn 7. Of course, we're running the North course here tonight, shortened version of the track in the 36s, maybe in the 35s. You'll see the top guys here tonight, judging by the conditions, and great to see Stuart back out on track as it is. Of course, young Kevin Henderson, who's been giving us a hand on the forums, promoting the series in the last couple of seasons, and of course he's got the most caps ever of Sunday Night Lights and Monday Night Lights. If you count them all up, he's done the most races. So great to see him, unsurprisingly, out there again, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And one good thing about not having so many competitors is we've got quite a few Oz NZ drivers in here. We also have the 12 of JD McCabe, who is currently 14th, a couple seconds off the pace. But, it's good to see a lot of Oz NZ names in here, like the 15 of Duncan Foster, who's not actually on the track at the moment. And looks like at the moment we're actually getting dominated by the UK and I drivers in the top 3, Alex.
Yeah, Simpson with 35.7. You might even see some 34s out there, judging by that. McCabe, as you say, he's out there having a crack at it. I wonder if he's going to go Simpson with a 35.7. That's a fantastic time. Russell Clark for ANZ's Team Milo backing up. Well, no, actually didn't run the 24. He is the leading Team Milo driver, just second behind Kevin Henderson on the ANZ standings. But it's P6 before you see an ANZ driver, and then there's a gaggle of them just broken up by Luciano Chentor. I don't know. 37 dead for McCabe there. That's not going to put him too far up the order. Anthony Catt still going around there. I wonder if he can get a time in there. 30. He's got to beat a 35.7. Into the 36s, 36.8. That's not going to get it done. Simonson looking as though he'll be the one to sit on pole once again. It's only 3/10 this week, Corey. He's been out by as much as half a second or more in previous weeks.
Yeah, I think it might just be a little bit of the track condition, Alex. The track temp is still fairly low, 21 degrees at the moment. The wind's not blowing that hard down the main straight either. The wind is coming from the west, which helps the drivers going down that front straight. But it's not blowing too terribly hard at the minute. We did see a little bit higher winds in the actual race portion of the warm-up race, so possibly the wind just holding off until these guys hit the track in anger against each other.
36.7 that time round for Briley. He's decided to blow his engine in celebratory finish, finishing in the top 10 there as we wind down on quali. Lean, the only one out there, the ANZ driver, but he's not going to make it. So we're going to take a look at our grid here tonight for round 5 of Sunday Night Lights. Season 20, Benny Simonson, no stranger to the top step for qualifying, at least, with a 35.7. Fantastic time, out by 3/10 from Lee Anderson, his UK&I team, or compatriot, I should say. P3 tonight, Tom Bridle for UK&I and Delta V Sim Racing, Anthony Catt for UK&I. Top 4 spots by the Brits. P5, first driver other than a UK&I club member, Thrustmaster Movano's Enzo Cantor. First ANZ driver, car number 10 in P6 tonight. Off the grid is Kevin Henderson, Russell Clark for Team Milo out of P7. Tudor Lucian Cento. Oh, I think there should be a Chenzo, but it's Cento. Chenko. Let's go with that. Lucian Chenko out of P8 tonight. Good luck getting your mouth around that one. Corey Stewart Vaughan for ANZ out of P9. Craig Briley, similarly for ANZ out of P10. Thomas Torp out of P11. Jay McCabe, the ANZ driver, out of P12 as we go. The page Duncan Foster, another ANZ driver, just ahead in P13 of Mark Langford for UK&I out of UK&I, I should say, out of P14. Finish drive of Anssi Hjaitanen. Oh man, I hope that was close. Out of P15, Bart Roos out of P16, Corey Lee from ANZ out of 17th. UK&I's Mark Pickford out of 18. And second only to Kevin Henderson in Sunday Night Lights caps, Jason Willman making his return to the top split out of 19th. 29.29, the strength of field, air temp 19, track temp is 21 degrees as the red lights mean red. Green lights mean go, and we are away. Round 5, 15 laps around the short and VIR North courses. Benny Simpson leads the way into first corner at Horseshoe. Heavy braking zone, passing opportunity. They will bunch up, but will we see any incidents here? Everyone seemed to play nice 3 wide, a bit further back in the field, but they do manage to get it right on the way down to NASCAR. For the first time round, still 2x2 in some places, getting it done there through NASCAR Bend, down to the left hook now at turn 4. Whoa, a little bit of a lock up there from Cantor. Someone cutting across the grass. There was a bridle. Oh, there's a front end of a skip. It looks like off Cantor's car. It's strewn across the track. Lucky not to contact that. Oh, look at all the buzzing bees of these skip barbers on the run down to turn 7 up the inside. Henderson having a look at the inside of Cantor now. Those two, no strangers. Oh, I tell you what, it was always going to happen. Cantor and Henderson shoulder to shoulder. Hip and shoulder from Cantor as he gets back on the track. Henderson, oh, he's been hit by Clark. He will be cursing. Oh, I tell you what, that was an interesting start to the race. Those two, no strangers, and no love lost between Cantor and Henderson once again, Corey.
Oh, that's right, Alex. And unfortunately, that is going to be possibly the end. Oh, we got some more contact in the field. Duncan Foster. And I think that is Bart Roos have come together as well. It is all kicking off here on the first lap at the moment, Alex. And unfortunately, that's going to be several drivers out of this race.
Yeah, and Simonson now as he takes the lead into turn 1 at Horseshoe once again. Action pack. This is a remarkably tricky course. The full layout is no easy track to get around, but this shortened course, undulating as it is, you've got one of the trickiest first sectors going on iRacing here as the guys come down through NASCAR Bend here at turn 3, down into the left hook at 4. This opening couple of sectors are some of the trickiest and most technical corners you'll get on iRacing. And then once you get through the snake, as they are now, Simonson leading the way from Anderson and Cat, UK and I boys dominating. Instead of going up this long straight, now you hook a right-hand corner in through turn 7, and then you've got all this undulating blind corners, and you've got 7, 8A, 8B, 9, 9B, 9C. So many little tricky blind apexes here because of the elevation changes here, and it's quite tricky. And certainly I felt like the first time I drove around here, Corey, as the leading pack now goes through the roller coaster, I felt like I was driving a rally car and I needed someone with pace notes sitting beside me.
Well, I still feel that way, Alex. I can't get a handle on this place if my life depended on it. But at the moment, I'm just keeping an eye on Enzo and Tom here. The reason why Enzo's missing his nose is because these two did have a little bit of a coming together there on the first lap with Enzo locking up. Just getting into the back of Brittle a little bit, which sent Brittle off the track. And these two have just been battling it out hard here. And this is the battle for 4, so it's not for a podium yet, as long as the leaders don't make a mistake. But, these two have been battling it out really hard, and this is keeping Stuart Vaughan and Russell Clark in the race. And it's also surprising, speaking of Russell, that he's only got some slight rear wing damage there. Not really much other visual damage on that Team Milo car.
Yeah, absolutely. Enzo Canada, though. Canada's showing worse for wear. Funny thing is, the nature of this track, you've really only got that front straight at the start-finish line where that missing nose will be really doing anything more than keeping the toes of Canter chilly. And otherwise, the downforce or the speed that he's losing on otherwise big drafty tracks won't be as much of an impact here. Just, although he does seem to be wrestling that car for all he's worth, leading this pack. But you can see as they come up through these middle stages now, 9A and B and C, on the run up to the roller coaster here at turn 10, tight hairpin corner. Oh, Canter once again, the rear of that car showing every bit of that damage and how much of a handful this car is to wrangle around here for him tonight after that damage. But you can see he's really just now, as they duck down through Hogpen on the tail end of lap 3, he's really just holding his guys behind him, and he'll take a defensive line here down into 1. And as we see Vaughan now going to take advantage, will he be able to box Bridle in? Canter not leaving any room on the right hand side, forcing Vaughan to go around the outside, and that's may well. Oh, it's Vaughan, he's got on the grass. He's done well to pull that up. Canter making him go the long way around. Vaughan not able to pull it up, got a rear on the grass, and Canter once again leading this second pack out. As meanwhile, up in front, you've got Simonson, Anderson and Cat running away with it, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And they've also got Bart Bruce, who has come out of the pits in front of them. Currently, he's still on the lead lap. He's going to be at risk of going a lap down here very shortly. But at the moment, Simonson leading the way from Anderson in that Hughes-powered machine. But these guys are, they're looking very smart right now, Alex. They're not really battling too hard, but they're still pumping out fast times. I think as long as Enzo, who is missing his nose, but still somehow remarkably holding on to his front wing, is in the lead of that second pack, these guys are just going to be having a nice, easy race between the three of them here.
Well, he matched Cat's time last time round, and he's got no draft to speak of, obviously, because he's leading this pack out count. He did a 36.8, as did Anthony Cat last time round. Only half second off the leader's pace in Simonson, who did a 36.3. So it just goes to show what I was saying before. The damage may look substantial on the front of Canter's car, but yes, he'll have cold feet, but that'll be about it. The pace is he's not really hurt too much. As you see, once again, Bridle forced to go around the outside as Canter takes the defensive line into the horseshoe at 1. This time will Bridle get it done? He's not getting the run out of that final corner through the hog pen. And it's cost him. It's surprised that he just can't blast past there. It is a long straight, long fifth gear run in these cars, and Canter just holding the back, Corey.
Well, I think that's because of the contact that these two had earlier on in the race, Alex. It just seems that that little bit of front to rear contact that Enzo gave to Tom has just unsettled his car enough that he's just lost that little bit of pace. I'm not sure whether he might have a little bit of a suspension issue or something. Could be bottoming out on the front straight. As I saw in the background there was a car that was taking a trip through the grass. So there's that. But you know, Tom, he's a very tenacious racer. As Enzo goes off the track, and he will wait for an opportunity just like that to get around him. And now we'll see what Tom can do to lead of this little pack, and whether Enzo will try and battle back. Russell Clark also sitting in there just behind Enzo now. He will wait for Enzo to make that one critical mistake so he can make that overtake and make it as effective as possible, Alex.
Well, we did see a little bit of contact between Clark and the rejoining Henderson on that first lap. I'm wondering that, he's got a little bit of rear end damage, but I'm wondering if Clark and Vaughan are just going to blast by these two if they are carrying damage. Although you can see already that Bridle's making a bit of a run for it. As we see that long shot come in, see Clark's already beside him, and if Bridle pulls over, yeah, look, see, like that, that's the difference there. You must be right, Corey. Bridle must be carrying a little bit of damage there, but Canada once again able to hold him off into turn one, and looking to be making as much as he can of that car, Corey.
Well, see, in my opinion, Alex, if Bridle was just a little bit of a smarter kind of a driver here, if he wanted to get away from Enzo a little bit on that straight, as there is a random red car just parked there in the grass. I do believe that is 19.
It looks like he's out of this one.
But as I was saying, on that front straight where the draft is still that little bit dependent, if I was Tom, I'd be pulling over to the left side of the track and trying to offer the draft to the guys behind so they can get around Enzo. Because obviously, you know, Enzo and Tom did have that lap one contact, and if I was Tom, I'd be wary of Enzo probably doing that again. So I'd be trying to offer the draft to everyone else behind Enzo to try and get them around him to have that little bit of separation.
Yeah, it could be the go. It all comes down to tactics at that point. Meanwhile, we jump back up in front, and we see the multicoloured Benny Simonson once again leading a sun and not lights race. Nothing new there, but Anderson tucked in behind. He's the one who's going to be on the outside there. Oh, hang on. He's the right front. There we go. No, that's no good. He's already passed him. Simonson now defending on the inside. Oh, they're so close there. And Cat, who was a little bit off this front pack, he's right back in it now. These three looking to make a good race of it. I tell you, it's hard to know where to watch. You got this front pack here at three having a good crack at it. Behind them, you got Vaughan and Cantor. Look like they're going toe to toe as well in this secondary pack here with Clark tucked in behind Vaughan now. Vaughan getting through, and of course you got Briley on the back of Clark there in that front pack. Sorry, that secondary pack down to P8, Corey, as they come back through the snow on their run through lap 7, almost halfway through this race. Is flying by as the front three go up through turn 7 into this twisty middle section.
And as I said, Alex, they are catching up to the lap car, well, not lapped yet, but the soon-to-be lapped car of Bart Roos, who, you know, could potentially play a little bit of a joker when this front pack does get to him. He is running times that are, you know, fairly similar to the leaders, actually, but you know, even then, it just takes one small mistake for him to get caught up by this pack, and then, you know, if he's a smart driver, he'll just get out the way of them, you know, maybe pull off the track, because, you know, he's already got a little bit of the damage on there. But, you know, if he's a little bit of a ruthless driver, he'll try and mix it up with them, and that could cause a little bit of problems further down in the race.
Yeah, interestingly, the guys haven't hit their quali times yet. Anderson just did a 35.9, 36 dead for Simonson. As we ride on board with Anthony Cat now, watching this front pack and how they're going. And then we might then drop back to Russell Clark coming in. Oh, Tom Bridle's made a bit of a break. And we lost, as we lost next to Clark there. Who did we lose?
That's Vaughan.
Vaughan. Let's go back and check that out. See what we can find there. They were going 2 by 2. Vaughan not having any luck around the outside at turn 1 tonight. As you can see, they come in tied. Clark's on the inside line. He's drifted marginally, but nothing too much. Vaughan very, very tight there. And Bit of netcode was not his friend on that occasion, and Clark, though, getting a bit of luck tonight as far as netcode contacts go. And he's stuck out on the P5 behind Bridle, but in front of Briley and Lean. The 14-plated car hit an old Canter has dropped off, so we missed something while we're watching that front pack, Corey. But Canter now on his own may struggle to bridge any gaps there with that damaged Skippy.
Yeah, indeed he might, Alex, and it looks like they've already pulled a little bit of a gap, so I suspect that maybe Enzo has gone off the track somewhere in this back section. I would have to hazard a guess it was coming onto what would normally be the back straight area for 9C, but you know, these guys are now just going to continue to have a little bit of a battle here in front of him. Russell is actually losing Tom Bridle here a little bit. Bridle is showing us that he has got some decent pace, and now Briley up on the inside of Clark. This is the battle for 5th that I'm walking at, and it looks like almost contact behind from Lean. But these guys are getting it done nice and clean now, Alex.
Lean really sticking the nose up there where Angel's few to tread, really putting pressure all over the back of Clark when he's carrying a bit of damage. You can see that these cars do suffer with a bit of rear contact. Typically it was the suspension in older models of the car, but now it's the exhaust pipes that show the visible damage, and it can leave you a bit down on pace. A couple of the ponies not showing up to do their work, as we're back up front with our leaders now, Simpson, Anderson and Cat, still driving. Look at this, beautiful nose to tail, no contact, barely a whisker between the three of them as they come up into the roller coaster this time round. Simonson leading the way as he has done every single lap of this race. As they come down now into this final hog pen corner here at 12. Between 12 and 13, and using every part of the track once again. We'll hop on board with Cat, see what these two in front do. As we are on board with Cat, and we see Anderson once again duck out to the left. Cat doesn't look like he's got too many options here. As you say, you can see the lapped car of Rouge off in the distance. Oh, the doors open up for Cat. He's not going to go through it though, because he knew Simpson would come across to take the racing line, as he should do there. And once again, Simpson defending beautifully from Anderson, making him go the long way. And he's almost there. He's almost overlapped there through NASCAR Bend, but not enough as they settle in behind now, down into the left line astern once again, Corey.
That was a very risky move there from Anderson, and he almost pulled it off. I think he might be doing it as a little bit of a dress rehearsal for maybe later on in the race. As we see him dart out to the left as Simonson takes a defensive line on the right. He comes up to the middle, and it looks like now Cat going to try and find his way up the inside of Anderson. Thought better of it this time. The UK and I boys playing very nicely with each other here, Alex, but you know, I think Benning's going to be a little bit wise to that move that Anderson just about pulled on him, and we might see a little bit more of a fierce drive from Simonson now.
Out of the roller coaster now. Beautiful racing from these three UK and I boys. Down through between 11 and 12 now, through the hog pen. It's tail stages of lap 10s, this long straight section once again. Let's hop on the nose of Cat this time around, see what we can spy. We can see Anderson is a lot closer this time as Cat. Anderson, no, Anderson's going to go defensive this time round. Oh, he moves over late again. Oh, beautiful race. Oh, Anderson, the rear of the car, he's hung on to that beautifully. You can see just the angle of the rear of the car stepping out from the nose cam there on Anthony Cat. Beautiful to watch. Didn't look like it cost him any time at all, almost like he was karting, Corey.
It just about was, Alex, and we do now have the lap traffic in play as Simpson's coming right up to the back of the 19 car. I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name, I'm sorry, but that is well beyond my realms of vocabulary. That one will be up to you, Alex, but these guys, as I said, could play a massive role in this leading battle. It's all depending on whether they get out of the way and where and when they get out of the way that could really change the shape of this race, Alex.
I'll tell you what, oh, beautiful. Heitinen just moves away. I think it's Heitinen. just moves out of the way beautifully. I was just about to say they've come across him at the worst possible time, but the second worst possible time's on the exit of the roller coaster here, as we see the leaders coming up on the back of Bart Roos. We talked about it all race, but this time it looks like it's going to be coming true as let's try something a bit tricky here. Where's the gearbox view? This is what the leader's coming up on here, it looks like. Coming up at a rapid pace. 1, 2, all of them looking to go by. Will he back off? I believe he will. Little lift there from Roos. Excellent work as the leaders continue their battle through turn 1. Really is the prime passing opportunity there is at turn 1, and these guys know that. Although I've got to tell you, Anderson's getting a great run out of turn 4-5 combination through the snake, and he's really putting all sorts of pressure. Coming through the left hook now, it's this next right-hander where Anderson just almost seems to have the wood. See the beautiful cut of the corner through the hook, and now through this snake section. Doesn't look like much of a draft section, but look, it's a straight line through those curves there. Anderson right on the tail forces Simonson to take the defensive line through 7. We saw Cat having a look up the inside of Anderson last time round. This time, line astern they go. Just the balance of 4 laps remaining, 3.5 in fact, as they go through this section in the mid stages now. All these blind apexes. Oh, Cat really let the car wiggle around a bit. Up the inside now through the roller coaster. They've got it done again. Corey, who's your money on at this stage? Simonson defending beautifully. I think the stakes are going to be raised in these last couple of laps.
Oh, I would expect nothing less from these 3 drivers, Alex. And with the amount of skill that's just between these 3 drivers alone, it's going to be hard to pick between them. I mean, they're not the 1, 2, and 3 plated cars for nothing. But I'm going to have to go for the wild card, and I'm going to put my money on Anthony Cat for this one. It's been a while since we've seen him in such a competitive position, and you see the way he just darted over to the right, looking for a way up the inside of Simonson while Simonson was busy with Anderson. I believe that Cat's going to take advantage of an unfortunate circumstance that will befall our 2 leaders here, Alex.
Oh, the overlap's there this time round. Anderson gets up. Oh, I tell you what, I thought he might have a look at the inside of NASCAR Ben that time round. I thought the overlap there, but the drive was better from Simonson. Simonson into turn 1. He's leaving he's not leaving the door open as such up the inside for Cat, but he's opening up the corner, knowing full well that it's such a hard right-hand corner. There's no way Cat can go up the inside there and have any sort of hope. The corner just shuts that down. So he's using the track to his advantage there. Even though the door looks like it's open, the track's really defending for him there through turn 1. So he can force Anderson to the outside, and really, even though there's a car that's on the inside, there's just no way in a threshold braking zone that Cat can chuck it up the inside. Although I could be proven completely wrong in the next couple of laps, Corey, but these guys putting on a great show.
Indeed they are, Alex, and I think if Simonson did get a call to say that there was a car on the inside there, he probably would give the space, even though I guess technically he wouldn't have to, but really Simonson is, a decent enough driver that he would give the space there. But we'll have to wait and see how it will unfold, because as well as him cutting off that inside angle, I've also noticed that he likes to slip out a little bit wide towards the exit of the corner, trying to hold off the run from Anderson, like we just saw right there. He just pulled just in front of Anderson enough that it just stented the run that Anderson was getting coming out of the corner a little bit there. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this next lap and 3/4 is going to unfold, Alex. And I, for one, am pretty excited to see how it turns out.
Yeah, absolutely. There again, you see Simonson using plenty of the track himself this time through the snake, and on the run down to turn 7, and again taking the defensive line. Although this time, does he leave the door open? No one really had the run there, and he was fine out of there. And turn 7 presenting no problems this time for the UK and I trio. Tell you what, lap and a half to go. These boys had better start getting busy, because Simonson doing a great job here. It's not your typical skippy draft track, and Simonson wasn't his usual sort of half a second ahead in quali. So these boys really making a good fist of it. 1.5 to go. This time down through the roller coaster, down into Hogpen for the penultimate time. Simonson, I tell you what, Anderson got a good run through there. You can just see the gap close a little bit. Oh, it's all on for love or money this time round. Anderson's got a beautiful run. He pulls out early. He might even clear him. He's got the side draft now. He's got his nose in front. What will Simonson do? He will hug the inside, but Anderson, he'll be able to break deeper as well. Will he be clear? He won't. I'll tell you what, Simonson. Oh, there is the inevitable nose-to-tail contact. Simonson's come off the worst for wear there. I'll tell you what, I'd like another look at that, but I'd suggest that Simonson went in very, very hot. A little bit of netcode contact into the side of Anderson. Cat pretty much did not catch the check-up. A little bit of rear contact there with Simonson. And I tell you what, it took 14 laps or 15 laps that they finally came unstuck at turn 1, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. It was probably a long time coming, but these guys are so skilled that they got it 14 out of 15 times. As I just saw Cat letting Simonson back through as a little bit of an apology.
Yeah.
That is some great sportsmanship right there. Anthony Cat, absolute stand-up bloke. Always a pleasure to race with him. Not that I actually have that experience, but ever the sportsman there, allowing Simpson to say, hey, look, that was my bad, man. You can take the second place. I don't want it because I don't want to get it that way.
Yeah, look, beautiful redress there from Cat. I don't know there was too much he could have done into turn 1 at that stage of the race. I put it down to a racing incident, but beautiful sportsmanship there on display as we see UK and Wise Lee Anderson and the Puce-powered machine coming across to take his maiden victory in Sunday Night Lights here at VIR. Congratulations, followed by Benny Simonson, who did everything, led every lap but the last one. Anthony Cat, I tell you what, some of those lap cars, they're getting a bit busy there at the end. Tom Bridle now with a big race on his hand. Briley takes out the best of the rest, and the leading ANZ driver tonight was Briley. Then Lane coming across, sans a rear wing. Stuart Vaughan behind him. Thomas Torp now ahead of Russell Clark, the one and only chocolate milk drink pilot here tonight, finishing up in P9. Not where I think he would have wanted to finish. As you see Pickford and Langford fighting their own little battle now. Langford looking to get the draft, but I don't know that he'll get it done. He's pulled out fairly late, and Pickford gets it done. Duncan Foster finishing out his race. Jay McCabe just ahead of Jason Willman. His return to Sunday Night Lights, managing a P14 just out of the Sunday Night Lights points. Having said that, why don't we go take a look at our final results on a Spa 24-hour weekend that robbed us of some of the field we usually experience, as did the track. Not always the most popular of tracks here at VIR. And the North layout, though, I've got to tell you, is my favourite one. But the winner tonight, and what I think is his maiden victory, is Lee Anderson, the Puce-powered UK&I machine. P2 tonight went to Benny Simonson, who led every lap but the last. UK&I's Anthony Cat redressing in the final stages. He's finished in P3 tonight, rounding out your UK&I podium. ANZ's Craig Briley. I think that's his best result in the top split. Congratulations to Craig in P4. Tom Bridle right amongst it early on for Delta V Sim Racing down in P5. Corey Lean up 11 positions, taking the Hard Charger Award for ANZ in P6. Stuart Vaughan for ANZ in P7. Thomas Torp joining us tonight. He's finished up in P8. Russell Clark for Team Milo. Down a couple in P9. Mark Pickford and Mark Langford, 10th and 11th respectively in their close battle. Duncan Foster from ANZ in P12, running out your Sunday Night Lights point scoring positions as we go over the page. Jay McCabe for ANZ in P13. Jason Willman for ANZ similarly in P14. Bart Roos in 15th here tonight. Anssi Haitanen from Finland in P16. Enzo Cantor for Thrustmaster Movano, who looked like he's waiting for a chat in P17. Tudor Luciachenko. Oh, I hope that's close. Luciachenko. Anyway, P18 for tonight for Tudor. And Kevin Henderson, what an eventful race he had in those opening laps. He retired tonight. 14 laps down, the ANZ stalwart in P19. Strength field 29.29. All the 2s and 9s tonight. Anthony Catt, draft assisted 35.3. No one got the 34 that I thought we might tonight. But other than that, pretty eventful race there, Corey.
Yeah, indeed it was, Alex. A lot of action on that first lap, and indeed just throughout the entire race. It'd be interesting to see what some of these drivers actually thought about the racing. And I heard that we had one Enzo Cantor sitting in there waiting for an interview. So maybe we should just get on with it and have a see what these guys think.
Let's see what. Actually, I might see if I can go back a bit and pick up what happened in those early stages. Enzo's still got a nose there, so we'll just zoom in a bit. Oh, I don't know if he's got a touch in the rear. Let's hang on. Let's just go back a bit. Did he get a touch in the rear there? Or did it just check up in front of him? No, it looks like, yeah, might have just. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Mr. Enzo Cantor, welcome to the Top Split commentary booth once again as we watch part of your Thrustmaster Movano car exit stage left on first lap. A bit of an eventful opening few laps for you there tonight, Enzo.
Hi guys. Well, it was a very unlucky day today. My microphone doesn't work. My headphone doesn't work. I'm talking through the webcam microphone, so I wasn't able to hear better the car in my headphones. But problem is that I did a little mistake in the first lap because I surely braked too late, and I hit Tom Ryder from behind, and I damaged my car. Then Kevin Anderson decided to attack me and pushed me over the grass for 2 times. Then I had to regain the track. He was inside, and I had to give him another push. This is not at all a clean racing, I know, but I think it wasn't my mistake. And then my car was extremely damaged in front on the suspension. It was really impossible to finish the race cleanly. But all started from my mistake, and so I take my responsibility for what happened. Again, not a happy day.
No, you're right, mate. We call that re-entry. I call it on the race, mate. It was good old hip and shoulder, we call it down where we are. But elbows out racing early on. Yeah, look, we did catch a bit of a replay there just before we started talking. Easy to do. The concertina effect, we call that, as all the cars squish up together. It's easy to get the braking wrong in that early stage, and unfortunately affected your race tonight. But look, it's always good to see you out here, even on a quiet week like we had today, with all the 24 hours at Spa dominating proceedings this weekend. But listen, thanks for joining us, Enzo. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Yes, surely. Again, I said yes, that concertina effect was caused by me, and it was a really rookie mistake for me because, in that point in first lap, you have to anticipate the braking point instead of waiting for the last moment to brake because it's very dangerous. And again, so I apologize again. I have to say thanks to my team, Ivano Trasmaster Rescue, my team manager Fabio Mattellini, all my teammates, you for the broadcast, and I wish in the next week things will be better.
Yeah, of course, mate. And of course, people can check out Enzo's race at Enzo Genzo on Twitch. Great to see you on that platform as well, Enzo. And we look forward to seeing you again in the remaining weeks of the season.
Yeah, thank you for spotting my channel. I wish to give some show to my audience, but today it wasn't. So believe in the future I will be more careful.
Beautiful. All right, Enzo, thanks, mate. We'll talk to you soon.
See you soon, mate.
You go Corey, Enzo Canada once again. Hey, manned up, owned up to his mistakes. Looked like a brake check up there, like the pack was so close. And it's tough, that first sector. Enzo recognising, though, that he made a mistake. And the elbows were out of on the exit of turn 7 with Kevin Henderson. Those two, I tell you what, you can't separate them on track, and the action usually follows.
Yeah, oh, that's right, Alex. It was definitely quite a bit of argy-bargy there between the two, which we have come to expect over the many, 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 many months that we've been doing this. But at the end of the day, some rivalries get physical like that, and that's definitely one that 9 times out of 10 will always get physical. And unfortunate that it was a detriment to Enzo's race there because he's usually quite the fast driver. But hopefully next week he can bounce back bigger and stronger than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just trying to think where we're off to next week. Actually, I might just grab a quick squeeze, but I'm hoping that with the 24-hour race done and dusted, we might get back to our usual kind of racing and fields. We're off to Laguna Seca, free track, which will mean a bumper crop of folks joining us, no doubt. But that might do us for tonight, folks. Corey, what do you got on in the coming week?
So on Tuesday we have the Fast Lane Esports Winter Series. Uh, Fixed pro late models now. We're done with the fixed wingless 360s, and of course the open 410 sprint cars. On Wednesday, I do believe we have Output Racing League. I'm not sure what track we're going to be at because my memory does not serve me very well. I do believe it is possibly a small one, but I can't be too sure about that. On Thursday night, we have the return of the ODSE with the ASC series. I incorrectly called it the AOS series last week, but it's the ASC Open 410 Sprint Cars, and that one is going to be from the high banks of Eldora. Um, Friday night, we have one last hurrah for FNRC, organized by myself and Coxie. It should be an awesome 50 laps in the Skippy at Bathurst to farewell what has been a great league. And also on Saturday, it's US ANZ, and I do believe we're going to be from the Daytona International Speedway oval, of course, and that one should be quite the exciting race in itself, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. All things top split now appearing on your screen. Oh, I might actually even do that. Get rid of that. That way the replay thing's gone. All things top split now on your screen. This race and all the other history of Sunday and Monday Night Lights on the Top Split YouTube channel. Join us in the Discord where we do the commentary and the post race interviews. Otherwise, yeah, I might even rock up for the Friday night race as well. Have a bit of fun for the final blast around Bathurst. But thank you those who've stuck with us and joined us on the Spa 24-hour weekend for our little series here. Round 5, course going to Lee Anderson, ahead of Benny Simonson and Anthony Catt. And on behalf of Corey Steinhauser, until next week, ciao for now.